going to do 4 different ways that you can use a really simple rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket to do some decompression for your spine and to open up your chest. All the ways that we need to counterbalance from the different positions and the bad posture that we put ourselves during most of our day. So for number 1, we're going to start with that towel roll straight down the mat. You're going to bring your sacrum right up to the end of it, and then roll down onto it. So you want it lined up right underneath your spine, and then open your arms out into a cactus. You'll start to feel that opening right across your chest, your pectoral muscles. Now the legs you can keep like this. You can open into Supta Baddha Konasana, or you can go straight out. Just make sure if the legs go straight out that your lower back feels okay. And then we'll do some deep breathing here. You really want to stay here for a few minutes to give this full release, especially for this position. We have a lot of tightness in the chest from punching forward and working on the computer, so try to stay here for as long as you can. You can start to do some little arm movements. See if you can find a place where it's really tight and stay there and breathe. You might want to keep the arms straight out to the sides. Wherever you feel like it's getting into the most tension. And when you're ready to come up, bend the knees. And lift yourself up. So we'll do the same towel roll across the mat, like that. And this time we're going to work on a back bend, but with the upper back. Again, really good to correct your posture from that slumped position that we do a lot. And I'm going to put that roll right at the bottom of my shoulder blades, right around the points of the scapula. And I let my shoulders roll over the top. Again, take the arms into that cactus, or you can go straight out. Do little movements until you find where you get the best release. Arms over the head is a nice place to go to. See if you want to keep the legs here, if you want to straighten them. Rotate soles of the feet together. Breaths there. You can really stay here for a few minutes to get a good release, but for the sake of the video, to keep it short, we're just going to do a few breaths in each. You can go back and repeat them for a little bit longer. Now let's bring that roll down. And I'll scoot over to the top. I'm going to put my hips right on it. Back of the pelvis, the sacrum. Down. You want to make sure it's right underneath your hips. You can feel where your hip points are and then go around to the back. And this is a little bit less intense than the last two. But what we're trying to do is exhale, settle the pelvis down onto the roll, and it's going to give a bit of decompression to your lower back. It's going to release the muscles around your pelvis, around your hips. You can take the arms up overhead. Every time you breathe out, let the hips get heavier. And we're going to start to do some little movements with our legs to help that softening happen. Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. And we tend to do a lot of this kind of shape with our legs in yoga, that external rotation. So to counterbalance it, I like to do some internal rotation, dropping the knees together, opening the feet out wide. And if you want to, you can change your arm position out to the sides. Start to move out of that, walk the feet back together. Lift your hips off of the blanket. You know, this last one is a bit different. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward to get into properly. We're going to turn over onto the belly. And I'm going to put the roll right across the front of my hips, even maybe just slightly higher than that. You have to find a place where it's not giving you too much pressure into your belly, which might be uncomfortable. You'll feel that the front of your pelvis just kind of drops forward, gives a little lift into your tailbone. We'll take a few breaths like that, and we're going to bring the feet up and just sway the knees side to side. Same position we did on our back. Knees come together, let the feet fall out to the sides, that internal rotation with the legs. Together, straighten them back, and walk yourself up. So those are our 4 different positions that you can do with a rolled up towel for decompression. That's a really good way to warm up before your practice to make sure that you can hold your posture, because if we're trying to pull our shoulder blades back and our pectoral muscles are still tight, you're just fighting against that tension. You really need to do a long hold in one of these poses to open up your chest and open up your lower back before you try to hold yourself in that good posture for all the other positions you do in your practice. So use this as a little bit of a warm-up, or if you're having pain in any of those areas, it should help with that too. Thank you.